Subject Physics, Standard 12, Science, Chapter number 2, Mechanical Properties of Fluid. My name is Vidati B.N. B.R. Laddad Junior College, Kharada Taluka, Jamkhed. Today we are studying the terminal velocity. In terminal velocity, consider the spherical object. The spherical object moving through the viscous medium as shown in figure. Then observe the figure. This is the spherical object. This is the spherical object. And this spherical object is moving through the viscous fluid. When spherical object moving through the viscous medium or viscous force, there are three forces acting on that spherical object. Then first force is viscous force. Viscous force is represented by Fv. Direction of that viscous force is upward direction. This is the viscous force. Direction of viscous force is in upward direction. Then the magnitude of viscous force increasing with increasing velocity. If the spherical object moving through the viscous medium, at that time when spherical object moving through the viscous medium, its velocity goes on increasing. If velocity of spherical object increasing, at the same time viscous force is also increasing. Viscous force is also increasing. Then second force acting on spherical object is a gravitational force or its weight is represented by Fg, and direction of gravitational force is downward direction. This is the gravitational force. Direction of this gravitational force is downward direction. Third force is beyond force or upthrust. It is represented by Fv. Direction of beyond force or upthrust is directed upward. Then the small r is the radius of sphere, small m is the mass of spherical object, rho is the density of sphere, then density of medium is sigma, eta is the coefficient of viscosity when sphere attains terminal velocity. When sphere attains terminal velocity, when spherical object moving through the viscous medium, the net downward force acting on this sphere F is equal to the net downward force acting on the sphere is F is equal to Fg minus Fv plus Fu. This is the net downward force acting on small sphere. It is responsible for initial increasing velocity. Due to this net downward force acting downward direction, initial velocity is increasing. Out of these three forces, the force Fg and Fu, are constant force. Only changing force is viscous force. Viscous force is not constant. When viscous force increases with increasing velocity. But at a stage is reached the spherical object, the net force F becomes zero. At this stage, Fg is equal to Fv plus Fu. At this stage, Fg is equal to Fv plus Fu. After that, downward velocity remains constant. After this force, downward velocity is constant, and this constant downward velocity is called terminal velocity. The constant downward velocity is called terminal velocity. Then the condition for terminal velocity is total downward force is equal to total upward force. Then total downward force is equal to weight of sphere. Weight is equal to m into g is equal to viscous force plus beyond due to the medium. The weight of sphere is equal to mg, but we know that the density is equal to mass upon volume. Therefore, mass is equal to density into volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. But here body is sphere. Body is spherical. The volume of spherical body is 4 by 3 pi r cube into 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of sphere. Into density rho into g. This is the weight of sphere acting downward direction. E is equal to viscous force. According to Stokes law, spherical body is falling through the viscous medium. The viscous force acting on the object is 6 pi eta rv. 6 pi eta rv plus beyond due to the medium. The beyond force or upthrust is the 4 by 3 pi r cube into sigma g. Into sigma g. Sigma is the density of medium, density of fluid or liquid. Then rearranging this term, 6 pi eta rv is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube rho g minus 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma g. Then again rearranging this term, 6 pi eta rv is equal to, taking some common terms, 4 by 3 pi r cube g in bracket rho minus sigma. Then phi is equal to, rearranging this term, phi is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube g rho minus sigma into 1 upon 6 pi eta r. Therefore, after some calculation, we get phi is equal to 2 by 9 r square g in bracket rho minus sigma upon eta, and this is the expression for terminal velocity of sphere. This equation is also written as eta is equal to 2 upon 9 r square in bracket rho minus sigma into g upon v, and the above equation gives coefficient of viscosity of fluid. Then next point, the equation of continuity. In equation of continuity, consider a steady flow of incompressible fluid. Consider steady flow of incompressible fluid. Incompressible means the fluid or what liquid cannot compressible. This means incompressible fluid. Then this is the steady flow. Observe the diagram. This is the steady flow through the pipe. Then see the diagram, this diagram. Then consider the pipe. Through the pipe there liquid is flow. In this pipe, at some point diameter of that point is less and some point diameter of point is greater. When the diameter of point is changes, then the pipe is contracted. The velocity of particles in the liquid increases. Then diameter becomes wider. The velocity of particle is decreases. Then consider the steady flow of incompressible fluid. Then V1, V2 be the velocity of the fluid at section A1 and A2. Then this is the section A1 and this is the section A2. Consider the streamline flow. Then consider two sections, section A1 and A2. Then its velocity is V1 and V2. Velocity of fluid flowing through section A1 is V1 and velocity of fluid flowing through section A2 is V2. Because the fluid is compressible, particle moves faster through narrow section and slow down while moving through wider section. The mass of fluid entering the tube through the cross section at point A is A section मधून पास फ्लुइडचं मास ए सेक्शन मधून ज्यावेळेस फ्लुइड पास होतं त्यावेळेस त्या फ्लुइडचं मास इज रो इंटू व्ही. Mass is equal to rho into V. We know that rho is equal to mass upon volume, but mass is equal to rho into V. Therefore, this is the mass of liquid. This rho V is equal to rho A into L, but volume is equal to A into L. A is the area of cross section, area of tube, and L is the length of tube. Therefore, this is also volume. This is also volume. Then rho, this is equal to rho A1 V1 into delta T. The mass of fluid entering through the tube is equal to rho A1 V1 into delta T. Here mass is equal to rho into V. Rho into V. Here V is equal to area into velocity into delta T. V is equal to, this V is equal to V1. This V is the volume and here V1 is the velocity of fluid through the section A. Therefore V1 into delta T. This V1 is the velocity and delta T is the time. Therefore, velocity is equal to distance upon time. Here distance is V1 delta T. Distance is V1 delta T. Therefore, V1 delta T is the distance. Therefore, mass entering the fluid through the cross section A is equal to rho A1 V1 delta T. Then mass of the fluid entering the tube through the cross section B is similarly rho A2 V2 delta T. Then mass of the fluid in section EFGH. Mass of the fluid in section EFGH. Then is equal to mass of fluid in section PQR. The section PQR. Therefore, rho A1 V1 into delta T is equal to rho A2 V2 into delta T. Here same term delta T and rho cancel. Therefore, remaining term is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, or AV is equal to dV upon dt. And this is called volume flux. This is called volume flux. AV is equal to dV upon dt is called volume flux. Then also rho into dV upon dt is equal to dm upon dt. Rho into dV upon dt is equal to dm upon dt. This is equal to mass flux. Mass flux. Therefore, AV is equal to constant. And this equation is called equation of continuity in fluids. This equation is called equation of continuity in fluids. Thank you.